A Book of Five Rings for Executives by Donald G. Krause. This is a book summary. A dark room. The flickering glow of candlelight dances on the walls. The sound of dripping water echoes, creating an eerie stillness. A weathered hand reaches into the frame, slowly unrolling an ancient Japanese scroll. The ink, aged but bold, tells the story of a warrior lost to time, but whose wisdom endures. In the shadow of ancient Japan, where honor was won or lost at the tip of a blade, where warriors lived and died by the sharpness of their swords and their minds, one man stood above all others. Miyamoto Musashi. Musashi was no ordinary samurai. He was a force of nature, a warrior who fought over 60 life-or-death duels and emerged victorious every time. A man who believed that combat wasn't just about strength. It was about strategy, adaptability, and total mastery of the self. And yet his greatest battle was not fought with steel, but with ink. In a remote cave, far from the politics of war and the chaos of the world, he wrote his final masterpiece, The Book of Five Rings. A manual not just for warriors, but for anyone seeking to master the art of competition. What if I told you that this book, written centuries ago by a lone warrior in a cave, holds the secrets to modern business domination? That the very principles Musashi used to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast his enemies are the same ones CEOs, entrepreneurs, and industry titans use today to crush their competition. Whether you're a CEO, an entrepreneur, or simply someone who wants to conquer the game of life, this is your blueprint to winning at any competition. Chapter 1. The Warrior's Mindset. Musashi, standing on the battlefield, his eyes fixed on the horizon. The world around him fades. His mind is clear. His strategy is set. Musashi was more than a fighter. He was a tactician, a philosopher, a master of the unseen battle. He understood that true victory was never about brute force. It was about controlling the fight before the first blow was ever struck. Whether you wield a sword or sign contracts in a skyscraper, the battlefield remains the same. The principles of strategy, timing, and dominance apply to both war and business. To win, you must first master your mind. The warrior's mindset isn't just about fighting, it's about studying your enemies, reading their patterns, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The world rewards those who think ahead, who see 3 moves forward while their opponents react in the moment. Those who act without foresight fall. But those who see the unseen, they become unstoppable. Chapter 2. The 5 Rings, 5 Paths to Victory. In this sacred text, Musashi structured his philosophy into 5 rings. But these are not just lessons for warriors. They are the foundation of all competitive success. Whether you wield a sword or sign billion-dollar deals, these 5 rings hold the key to dominating any battlefield. Think of them as 5 master keys unlocking victory, power, and control over any competitive situation. Ring 1, Foundation, the power of strategy. Every warrior knows the battle is won long before the first strike. It is won in preparation, in discipline, in relentless refinement of skill. Musashi believed that one's foundation is everything because without it, even the sharpest sword is useless in battle. Sharpen your skills relentlessly. A warrior trains daily. A master strategist refines their mind. If you aren't improving, you're already falling behind. Ring 2. Form adapt like water. In battle, the rigid die first. The same is true in business. Musashi warned against being too fixed in your methods because when the enemy sees your pattern, they will break you. Instead, he advised to move like water. Never get attached to one plan. Adapt, maneuver, and exploit the changing terrain. In war, in business, in life, flow around obstacles, and you will never be trapped. Ring 3. Fire strike decisively. Hesitation is the enemy of victory. Musashi's greatest duels were won in mere seconds because he understood the art of the decisive strike. In war and business alike, those who hesitate lose to those who execute. Opportunities don't wait. When the moment arrives, strike with precision and confidence. The ones who act boldly shape the world. Ring 4. Fabric control the field. Musashi knew that a battlefield is not just a place. It is a weapon. He taught that you must command your surroundings before you engage, shaping the fight to your advantage. Your environment is not neutral. It is your greatest asset. Learn how to manipulate it, and you will always hold the upper hand. Ring 5. Focus. The art of timing. Musashi believed that timing is the essence of all victory. Act too soon, and you strike when the enemy is strong. Act too late, and the moment is gone forever. But if you learn to sense the rhythm of competition, you become unbeatable. In business and war, timing isn't just important, it's everything. Learn to read the flow of battle, and you will always be ahead. Chapter 3. The modern battlefield business as war. Let's be real, business is war. Not in the way of swords and battle cries, but in the way of tactics, mind games, and positioning. Deals are battles, and careers are won or lost not by luck, but by strategy. Adapt, but never lose your foundation. Execution over perfection, the best plan is worthless if it is never acted upon. Strike where they're weak, find your opponent's blind spot and exploit it. Chapter 4. Becoming a master competitor. Here's the real secret. Winning isn't about being the strongest. Strength fades. Winning isn't about being the richest. Wealth shifts. Winning belongs to those who are the smartest, the fastest, and the most strategic. Musashi understood something that most people never do. That competition is not won in the moment. It is won long before the battle begins. It is won in training, in discipline, in anticipation. When Musashi wrote his legendary book, he wasn't just writing about sword fights. He was writing about a philosophy of victory, a blueprint for outmaneuvering, outthinking, and outlasting the competition. Whether you are fighting on the battlefield, in the boardroom, or within your own mind, the principles remain the same. Those who prepare, those who strategize, and those who act with precision, they are the ones who always emerge victorious. How to apply Musashi's tactics today? Study your field. Like a warrior studies battle, Musashi studied every opponent before ever stepping onto the battlefield. He read their movements, their tendencies, and their weaknesses. Do the same in your industry. Know your competitors better than they know themselves. Train yourself to act decisively. A warrior hesitating in battle is already dead. In business, the hesitant lose to the bold. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and start making bold, calculated moves. Stay unpredictable. Never let the enemy read your moves. Musashi never fought with the same technique twice. He was a master of unpredictability. In business, the moment your competitor can predict your strategy, they will counter it. Stay ahead by staying fluid. Control your environment. The wise warrior fights only on battlefields of his choosing. If you can control the market conditions, the negotiation room, or the playing field, you've already won before the battle begins. Master the rhythm of competition, and you'll never lose. In every duel, Musashi studied the rhythm of his opponent. In every industry, there is a flow, a market cycle, a consumer trend, a technological shift. If you can sense it before others, you will always be ahead. Musashi never lost a duel, and if you master his tactics, neither will you. So now the question is, are you ready? Are you willing to train, to adapt, to execute with precision? Because make no mistake, the battlefield is waiting. Your competition is already sharpening their swords. The market is already moving. The only ones who rise to the top are those who are prepared to fight for it. In war, in business, and in life, there are no second chances. There is only victory or defeat. And the only ones who win are the ones who choose to master the game. Will you be the next master competitor? Comment below, what's your biggest challenge in business or life? Let's discuss. Like, subscribe, and share if you found this valuable. See you in the next video.